Okay, so here I am now in Socrates, and Socrates is a premium theme. It's made by Joel Comm, who is known in marketing circles as an AdSense wizard. I think he wrote one of the first definitive guides to AdSense. He's done a whole lot of other things also, their tagline is made by marketers for marketers. And that's exactly what this plugin is, or theme is. It's very easy to use and it's very flexible, gives you a lot of options. And there are a few things that I like the footers with the links at the bottom of the footers. I could certainly set that up easy enough on a template and have that all done. But I kind of like adding a footer to it. I mean, maybe that's just a personal choice. Uh, but whatever you want to do, there's probably an option here for you on Socrates. I think it's about 47 bucks. I love it. Used it on tons of websites. But I would say this is, if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money, I wouldn't worry so much about premium themes or plugins. You really don't need any of them. Really, what you need is good content. Um, you know, that's what you need. You need good content. If you're putting out good content, people, you're going to get traffic. People are going to come to your website, and if you are out there helping people, whatever niche you are in, there's dozens of examples of people who have done it wrong, or made ugly sites to outperform, really fancy sites. Now there are a few niches that maybe that doesn't apply to. If you're doing anything, let's say like video games or anything that's very technical. With technically savvy people, typically a better website a nicer website is going to do well than a chintzy rotten one. Uh, but but if you don't have a lot of money, I wouldn't spend that money on premium themes or anything right now. I would worry more about content and just get the thing up and going. And my choice it would probably be used. The WordPress default theme, or the 2013 theme. That's what I would do. Um, but if you do want a premium theme, this is certainly one. So I'm going to go over a few things with this, and the main point is this is I'm just showing you how I build a website, and this is the website that I'm building is the WordPress website. So this is what I'm using for this site. So this is what I'm going to go through. So. I have the choice of setting up sidebars where, two if I want, one on each side. I've used all of these, or no sidebars. When you get in and make pages, actually, you can actually disable sidebars within individual pages. So there's not really any reason for this one. Maybe there would be for somebody, but I typically just use this one. Um, Now. I'm not going to bore you with all these things. I'm going to do some of these things. I'm going to tell you about them, then I'm going to go do them. But I would you fill out your title and description and your keywords here, and I do know that Google doesn't really use keywords that much, or these go into your meta tags, which is basically some data. On your web pages that lets Google know what your website is about. They used to use these, and these were important, but people stuffed everything in there and wasn't really what it was about. So Google's actually developed their algorithm a lot better, so that whatever you stuff in here really doesn't matter. They're able to know what your content is about and what your keywords really are. But this is what this will. Your description also will show up in your tags there, and I'm not sure if this one here. I believe this one here also will show up in. Although I do change this, it does show up when you on your search results. So you would have that here in your site title. The one thing, titles are important, and when you do your posts. This title here and this theme here will show up as have it so it shows up as your H1 or your header tag, and then for good SEO reasons, all your posts underneath of them, the titles to your individual posts will show up as a header too, and then you could add inside those posts if you have other subcategories or things that you're talking about, you would add header 3 um, to to that post, and it all just kind of lays out nicely, and that's kind of what Google wants, and it's also what your readers want, and really ultimately that's what Google wants, is your readers to have a good experience. Also, I get to put in here my ClickBank ID. So if you go down to all the way down to the bottom here, you can see here I have the little Socrates thing. So if somebody clicks on this, it'll take them to Socrates, and if they buy the product, then I make money. Analytics is also something that's very important, and we'll talk more specifically about these in upcoming videos. But you certainly want to be tracking what you're doing, and what I recommend doing is going to Google Analytics. If you don't have an account, certainly you should have a Google account and set up an analytics account. Add your website. And I'll help you with that later, but this will allow you to track actually what's going on with your website. So I basically just copy and paste some information in here. Now, I used to use a plugin, but got rid of that because just the Steam does all those things. The Steam actually helps me replace a bunch of plugins, so I don't need them anymore, and I don't need anything slowing down my computer or website. This allows me to do a search box on there to help people navigate the site. These are a couple settings that I keep on here for how the posts are displayed, and I could make each of the individual posts show an H1 tag instead of an H2 tag, but I know I'm using that title that I filled up above here, so there's no sense really in doing that. And this is on the pages, though. When I make a page, I do want the H1 tag. That's something I do want. And in this theme here, I also have the ability to add whatever I want. Actually, I could add a CPA rotator in here if I wanted, or AdSense. I could put AdSense code in here. I could do. I can make it go left, right, or top as many times as you want. AdSense is only going to let you have 3 on a page, or 3 ads on a page, and really you don't want that too many anyhow. Too many choices and too many things like that kind of makes it ugly, and kind of diminishes from your reader and visitors and what they want to do. Plus, you want to narrow it down, not so you don't have a whole lot of choices, so you can either get them the content they want or get them the tools that they actually want and are going to use. But if you're doing an AdSense site, certainly this makes it really nice and easy, and you actually have the ability to put it in the bottom too. And since you're putting the code in here, you could put whatever you want. So if I want a what is it, 280 by or 360 by 280 box, or a 250 by 250 box, or a 250 by or 300 by 250 box, I could put them in here, 468 by 60 down the bottom if I want. I could put whatever size box I want in there, and then that'll put it automatically in the post. Now, the next part here is the leaderboard, which is actually kind of interesting, and I turn it off because of what I was just mentioning there previously, that I just like to keep everything simple. But if you're doing AdSense, this is certainly a good thing. You can actually add ads into here, and all 3 of these will rotate. You can actually pick the time of how much they're going to rotate, and then off to it's a split screen, so off to the right you can actually add in your, actually why don't I do it, I don't have ad code, so I'm not going to bother with that, but you can add in let me just type this. Okay, so I can also put in all my other things too, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and I'd have it, if somebody clicks on them, I'd open them up in a new window. I can also put in my ClickBank ID and product, and this will do the product that actually comes with the theme, which I believe is Socrates. And I could add other ones if I wanted to put my own HTML and graphics in to fit that. And I'm just going to save this real quick just to show you what that'll do. And I will refresh this. Okay, and what it did was it put this bar here. So here's the feed that I just added in there, and this should I didn't put a time in it. I don't know how long it'll take, but this will actually flip to an affiliate ad, and then right here this would be 728 by 90 banner. So I could, if it was an AdSense, that's what it would be, or I could put any type of affiliate or whatever program I want, or anything I want to sell or advertise, including my own stuff. I could put that right in there. So that's basically that for that. I'm actually going to turn that back off because I don't really want that. Yeah. And I'm going to save that, so that will be gone now. Okay, and I'm going into styling. And I already have this set up the way I like it, but so I don't have to make any changes on there. But these are all number, hexadecimal numbers, colors, so you can change whatever you want on there to make them whatever you want, easy enough. And header is the other thing that I change, and I don't really have a background on there, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. But no, I already have. It has some banners that I can already choose here for whatever I want, but I've already uploaded a couple that I normally use I'm using for this website. So here it is. So I have these words here. I'm going to move them over to the right, and they're white, so I'm going to change the color. Okay, so I just copy and paste the numbers that I do want in there. If you can use this and click on this and get whatever you want. I have the colors that I like to use, and then I'd make this a little bit bigger, and that one probably, that's good enough. Add one more. All right, so, and now we will see what it looks like. Okay, not too bad. So that's it for Socrates, and we'll see you.